Let's talk about your bank account for a second. What if you could get all the benefits? Earning interest, borrowing money, but completely cut out the actual bank. No, really, think about it. No branch manager to talk to, no lengthy approval process, no waiting until Monday morning because system maintenance is happening again. It sounds a little bit like science fiction, doesn't it? Well, that is the big promise of DeFi, or decentralized finance. But before you dive in thinking you've just found a magic money tree, let's just pump the brakes. Because while DeFi can absolutely pay you, it can also, let's just say, humble you very, very quickly. So today, we're going to break down exactly how it all works, how you can earn, and most importantly, how to not get wrecked.
Welcome back to the channel, finance people. If you are new here, a hearty welcome from the JoshLM finance crew. I'll be your teacher today, so get your pen and pad out and let's break this down.
All right, so what is DeFi, really? At its absolute core, it is exactly what it sounds like, decentralized finance. It's finance without the middleman. So instead of a bank, you're interacting directly with a piece of code that lives on a blockchain. Just think about that for a second. No account applications, no managers, no, sorry, our systems are down, can you please come back tomorrow? None of that. And the engine that makes this entire thing run is something called a smart contract. Now, don't let the name intimidate you. It's really just a piece of software, a bit of code that lives on a blockchain like Ethereum. Your crypto wallet talks directly to that code. It is a transaction between you and pure math. There is literally no one in the middle to say yes or no. And this right here, this is the core idea you have to get. You are, quite literally, running a tiny digital bank right from your phone. You're the customer, you're the banker, and you're the head of security. You are everything. And that is incredibly powerful. But as you can probably imagine, it also means all of the responsibility lands squarely on your shoulders. And if you're thinking this is just some tiny niche corner of the internet, well, think again. Right now, there is over $150 billion locked up in these DeFi protocols. Platforms you see here like Aave and Compound, they're handling billions in loans every single day, all without a single fancy office building or a stuffy banker in sight. This is not some theoretical experiment anymore. This is very, very real money. Okay, so how do you actually earn with this stuff? Well, the first, and honestly the most straightforward way, is just good old-fashioned lending. If you're just starting out in this world, this is probably where you want to look first. So let's use a big platform, Aave, as an example. You could take a stable coin, something like USDC, which is pegged to the US dollar, and deposit it. The protocol then hands you back an interest-bearing token. In this case, it's called AUSDC. And here's the really cool part. The balance of that AUSD in your wallet just grows. It ticks up every single second as borrowers on the other side of the platform are paying their interest. There are no emails, no monthly statements, just pure math working for you 24/7. So what's the big appeal? Well, just look at the potential returns here. A traditional savings account might get you, maybe 2% APY, if you're really lucky. In DeFi, on a platform like Aave, you might see rates anywhere from 4 to 8%, and sometimes even higher. Now, is that rate guaranteed? Absolutely not. It changes constantly based on simple supply and demand. How many people want to borrow versus how many want to lend. But the key difference is the transparency. You can see everything happening on the blockchain. Now, you might be asking yourself, okay, why are people borrowing crypto and paying these kinds of rates? Well, they do it for lots of reasons, for leverage, for trading, or sometimes just to get cash without having to sell their crypto. But here's the crucial part for you as the lender. They have to over-collateralize. So to borrow $1,000, they might have to lock up $1,500 or even $2,000 worth of another crypto asset. And if the price of their collateral crashes, the smart contract automatically sells it to pay you back. No mercy, no phone calls, just code. That's the system that makes lending relatively safe on your end. All right, so that's lending. Now, let's talk about the next level up, yield farming. This is where things get a little spicy. This is where you see those absolutely insane returns advertised and where people can sometimes stop thinking quite so clearly. You'll see numbers like this thrown around all the time. 50%, 100%, sometimes even higher APYs. And your first thought is probably, how is that even possible? It just seems way too good to be true, right? And you know what? Your gut is right. It usually is too good to be true. A super high yield almost always means one of two things, and often it's both. One, it's just a temporary marketing gimmick to get you in the door. Or two, there is a significant hidden risk that you're being paid to take on, whether you realize it or not. So what are you actually doing when you yield farm? Well, typically you're providing liquidity. For example, on a platform like Uniswap, you might deposit an equal dollar value of two tokens, let's say ETH and USDC, into a trading pool. Traders then use your pool of money to swap between those tokens, and you earn a tiny little fraction of the fees from every single trade. The really high APYs usually come when the protocol also gives you bonus rewards in their own token, on top of those fees as an incentive. But here is the massive catch that often gets buried deep in the fine print. It's a concept called impermanent loss. Okay, here's the simple version. The protocol is constantly trying to rebalance your two tokens to keep their dollar value equal. So if one of your coins skyrockets in price and the other one stays flat, the protocol automatically sells some of your winner to buy more of the loser. This means you miss out on a lot of the upside, and the value of your position can actually end up being less than if you had just held those two tokens in your wallet. The fees you earn might not be enough to cover that loss. This is not passive income. It's more like active portfolio management with a robot you can't control. Which brings us, of course, to the risks. And let's be really honest here. No drama, no hype, just the facts about what can and does go wrong in this space. You have to burn this into your brain. DeFi does not forgive mistakes. If you send your money to the wrong address, it's gone. Forever. If you accidentally approve a malicious contract, your wallet can be drained. It's gone. There is no customer care number to call. There is no one to reverse the transaction for you. And these risks are very, very real. We're talking about smart contract bugs and hacks that have led to hundreds of millions of dollars being drained in just minutes. We've seen sudden market crashes that cause mass liquidations for borrowers. Then you have things like regulatory uncertainty, where a government could change the rules overnight. And of course, the ridiculously high transaction fees on networks like Ethereum that can make it almost impossible for smaller players to even participate without getting eaten alive. Okay, so after hearing all of that, you might be a little spooked, and frankly, that's a healthy reaction. But if you're still curious and you want to explore this world, there are ways to do it much more safely. By the way, navigating these kinds of risks is something we cover all the time on this channel. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so if you're getting value from this, just taking a second to hit that subscribe button really, really helps us out. All right, so let's talk about how to start without, ruining your financial life. Here is your safe start checklist. Number 1, get a hardware wallet. This keeps your crypto offline, away from online hackers. For any serious amount of money, this is completely non-negotiable. 2, start small. I'm talking coffee money, okay? Think of it as tuition, the price of your education, not a life-changing investment. 3, stick with stablecoins at first. This removes all the crazy price volatility from the equation so you can just focus on learning the mechanics. 4, use the big, boring, battle-tested protocols. Look for platforms that have been around for years and have a high total value locked, or TVL. It's not a perfect guarantee of safety, but it is a very good sign. And finally, number 5, use layer 2 networks like Arbitrum or Optimism. This will save you an absolute fortune on those transaction fees. Ultimately, it all comes back to this one central idea. In DeFi, you are the bank. It's not magic, it is not free money, and it is definitely not for people who don't like taking responsibility. So I'll leave you with this question. When something goes wrong in this system, who do you call? Who do you blame? The answer is staring right back at you in the mirror. And of course, a quick reminder, none of this is financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. My only goal here is to explain how this stuff works so you can make your own smart decisions. Thanks for sticking with me till the end. It shows how important financial literacy is to you. Clearly, you got value from this, so do me a favor and share it with someone like you. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.